Background music. My layout follows the same premise as VelociCoaster, the same sharp, snappy turns, tight inversions, and close contact elements, though it doesn't take it in the same arrangement as VelociCoaster, albeit very similar. I'm not going to completely go into all the technical details of the launch. There's tons of other great YouTube videos that do that, and I'll link one in the description. But just to sum it up, this launch could be compared to a mousetrap, where it takes a large amount of energy to arm it and set it up, and it gets held into place by a toggleable system like this. In my system, I use anti-rollback devices, which keep the cable drum from going in the direction of the launch. That energy is stored and ready to be released with only a small amount of force, which in this analogy would be when the mouse steps on the trap. In my system, this is done by moving the gear that connects the cable drum to the anti-rollbacks out of the way, so that way the cable drum is free to spin and the launch cable can go flying. I'll show an overhead explanation of how the whole launch system works right now. The system starts by winding up this cable, and when it gets to the point that it needs to be, it'll activate a touch sensor and tell the motor to stop. Likewise, with the cable on the left, it is also going to hit a touch sensor, which will tell the motor to stop moving. Once both touch sensors have been pressed, they will activate a motor which pulls down a rod and frees the train from the station. The train hooks onto the launch track and is ready to be launched. It then hooks onto the second launch track over there, where an ultrasonic sensor detects its presence and activates the second launch automatically. And if anyone was curious, here is the program I wrote that automates the whole thing. I'm not going to explain the entire thing, but I'm happy to answer any questions about it in the comments. After I get all the track work done, the station finished, all the programming working reliably, I am going to add quite a bit of theming to this coaster. So far I have a couple Jurassic World minifigures, some birds, which I guess are just evolved velociraptors, a good amount of rocks to put around the landscape, a few Lego velociraptors, and tons of green pieces to put everywhere. In addition, I already added some lights that run along the launch track, and I might add some other lighting features throughout the layout. That's all for this update. The final video of this coaster will come out 2 to 4 weeks from now. See ya.